What if I told you a far-right politician is trying to rewrite the law so his racist friend doesn't have to serve her sentence? You speak out against injustice, they call you woke, but call for migrant hotels to be set on fire and suddenly you're a political prisoner. Now, I'm not a fan of Andrew O'Neill. His right-wing bias means that he talks an insufferable amount of nonsense. However, he is very good at interviews, and it's why most politicians are afraid of him. In this video, he does a fantastic job of holding Richard Tice to account. I'll link the video down in the description, and it is definitely worth the watch for the entire thing, because he highlights that Tice is making it feel like there's one rule for them and another for the rest of us. Because what he's trying to do isn't justice, it's kind of protection, and he wants to make it law. Plus, they're also counting on no one calling them out.
Good afternoon. Well, she was advised to plead guilty on the basis that she would get a shorter sentence. Ultimately, I think it was just a very offensive, vile, angry tweet that she realised when she calmed down was completely wrong. She apologised for it, took it down.
She pled guilty for a shorter sentence. Yeah, that's literally how plea bargains work. You admit the guilt, you don't get to claim innocence after the fact.
There's a pattern here, and it's not a very pleasant one, is it?
I'm not saying it is, but either you believe in free speech or you don't. And the question is whether you're breaking the law. None of that stuff is, in my context, very nice, but it's not breaking the law. The whole point of being in a democracy that prides itself on free speech is, in a sense, you shine the spotlight of sunshine on people's thoughts. That's the reality.
You're stigmatising a whole group that attacks, butchers, rapes.
Either we believe in free speech or you want to censor everything, in which case then we're living in a very different country to what the vast majority of us want to live in.
Tice says this about all free speech, that you either believe in it or you live in some kind of dystopia. But inciting racial violence isn't free speech.
But she had a habit of nasty tweets, didn't she? 4 days before the Southport murder, she responded to a video shared by extreme right-winger Tommy Robinson, showing a black man being tackled to the ground for allegedly performing a sex act in public. She posted, Somalian, I guess, loads of them, followed by a vomiting emoji. To an anti-racism process in Manchester, she wrote, I take it they'll all be in line to sign up to house an illegal boat invader then. Oh, sorry, refugee. Maybe sign a waiver to say they don't mind if it's one of their family that gets attacked, butchered, raped, etc. by unvetted criminals. There's a pattern here, and it's not a very pleasant one, is it?
And this isn't a one-off. This is a pattern, a very ugly one. But apparently, if it fits your agenda, it's free speech. Now, this is where Richard Tice's whole argument starts to fall apart, because he says he wants fairness. He says he wants it to be about consistency. But watch what happens when Andrew O'Neill calls out his bluff.
I don't think that Bobby Villan should be sent to jail for his death to the IDF.
Well, that's the point. It's about consistency of the law. So,
well, are you being consistent?
Absolutely, because I've said if you think 31 months was appropriate for Lucy Connelly, then presumably Mr. Villan, if he's arrested and charged and convicted, should be sentenced for much longer than that. If you look at what he said and the the outlay that he had in terms of a huge audience on the BBC, etc. It went to a far broader audience. So, it's about this consistent application of sentencing.
Right. Well, but in your view, then, you would seem that you wouldn't want him to go to jail. You wouldn't want him to be convicted of inciting racial hatred or encouragement to go because you don't think Lucy Connelly should have been sent to jail.
It's about the consistent application of the law.
And this is where Tice panics.
It's about the consistent application of the law. So I think he should be arrested. I think he should be charged. Then he will be tried, and a judge will form a view. He may plead guilty. He may not plead guilty. That will be a matter for him. I just want the consistent application of justice.
Well, and if you're to be consistent, you should be arguing that he doesn't go to jail. Many people would probably like to see him go to jail, but if you think consistency is so important, and I understand why you do, then by your lights, he shouldn't go to jail.
But there should be some form of sanction. It's about being consistent in the sanctions.
So wait, suddenly you're okay with punishment, but only if it's not too harsh. So 31 months is outrageous for your side, but someone calling, say, for the death of the IDF on the BBC, then we need more jail time.
You either have a suspended sentence, you have a community sentence or something, but let's apply it consistently. That's the point.
No, and I take the point about consistency, and I think that's probably why a lot of people would like to see him go to jail, because Lucy Connelly was sent to jail.
And fair play to Andrew O'Neill, he doesn't let it slide. He pushes the obvious contradiction. If Lucy shouldn't be jailed, then neither should Bobby Villan. But Tice can't bring himself to say that. Instead, he tries to split the difference, like a debate club exercise. Maybe jail, maybe not, but only if we're being consistent, or something. No, Richard, you don't want consistency. You want vengeance when it's someone you oppose, and leniency when it's someone that shares your politics.
You know, you have a judgment and you have a sentence. The question is, what is the application of the sentence? And I think, you know, what Mr. Villan did was it was amongst the worst form of anti-Semitic racism that one could possibly imagine.
Now that line, that's the giveaway. He ramps up the language, calls it the worst form of anti-Semitic racism imaginable. No ambiguity, no on the edge, no she apologised and took it down. Suddenly it's not about whether the law was broken, but it's about who broke it. And that's the exact double standard Tice seems to oppose.
It's a get-out-of-jail card for Extinction Rebellion, Palestine Action and Just Stop Oil.
Fine, then let's have a debate. If you think 500 is too few, maybe it's 5,000. But the point is, it is a treble check to be applied where people have got it wrong, whether it's too lenient or too harsh. So it could work both ways.
You can't have it both ways. Either you believe no one should go to prison for vile speech, or you admit you're playing favourites and hiding behind free speech to do it. And here Tice is saying it's all about reassurance. It's not about reassurance. It's about rewriting the law because you didn't like the outcome and you're hoping that nobody notices until it's too late. So if hate speech is now just a mistake, if 500 signatures can overturn justice and inciting violence gets you a fan club, then maybe the real question is, why is Lucy Connelly being rebranded as a political martyr by the very people who claim to defend law and order? And if you want to know the answer to that one, well, maybe you need to watch the video that's on screen now. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, and I'll see you next time.